Hey friends, so today you are going to need your Volume 1 math book. You are also going to need your math notebook. So we are actually going to skip the video today and we're just going to take notes together. I think the video is a little confusing and my notes will help you a little bit more. So we are going to switch gears and we're going to go back to multiplication today. And we're going to think and talk about even and odd numbers. So have your notebook open and let's just kind of review what we know about even and odd numbers, and then we're going to look at the patterns of multiplication with even and odd numbers, okay? So let's go ahead and think about even numbers. So numbers, we want to talk about even numbers, are digits, and that's 0 through 9, okay? So when we think about even numbers, those numbers can always be divided by 2 with none left over, okay? So even numbers always have a partner and there's nothing left over. So for our notes, we want to say digits that can be divided by 2. You see that okay? With none left over. So what numbers are even numbers? You should be able to tell me that as I write them down. 0 is an even digit, 2, 4, 6, and 8, okay? So we want to always make sure that the digits that have these numbers are even. But what if it's a big number like this? Or an even bigger number like this? Don't freak out. If you look in the ones place, you always look in the ones place. If the digit in the ones place is a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, it's even. Even if it has a million numbers in front of it. You don't have to worry about any of that. You just worry about the number in the ones place. So let's also put always look in the ones place. Okay? That is going to be the top secret clue to help you. All right, so even numbers we know have partners and you can divide them by 2 without having anything left over. Well, what about odd? Those are digits that cannot be divided by 2, and there's always going to be something left over. If we tried to split it up into groups or have a partner, there'd be 1 left over, okay? So odd are digits that can't be divided by 2. With none left over. Okay, so what are the odd digits? So you should be able to say them as I write them. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Same thing with the even. We always look in the ones place to figure out if it's even or odd. Okay, so see how I did that? I put a little arrow. All right, so that was just a refresher. We should know even and odd numbers. That should have been pretty easy for us. But now we're gonna kind of look at some patterns. So what if I take 2 even numbers? So what if I do an even number times an even number? What's the answer going to be? Do you think it's going to be even, or do you think it's going to be odd? Well, let's pick two even numbers. What if we did 6 times 4? What does 6 times 4 equal? And you should be yelling 24. All right. And I remember Mrs. Harp said, always look in the ones place. Is 4 even? So the pattern right now is even times even equals even. Let's try one more. Let's just do an easy one. 2 times 6. Both of those are even. And what is the answer? 2 times 6, you should be yelling, is what? 12. And then we want to always look in the ones place. Is that even? Yes. So what's the pattern? Even times even equals even. Well, that's pretty easy. All right, what if we do even times odd? What do you think? So let's do even times odd. What's that going to equal? Well, let's pick an even number. Let's just do an easy one. Let's do 2 times 1. We've got our even and we've got our odd. What's 2 times 1? You should be yelling that to me. 2. Oh, 2's even. Let's do a bigger one. Let's do 4 times 7. What's 4 times 7? 28. Always looking in the ones place. Do you see the pattern here? Even times an odd is always going to equal an even number. What about odd times odd? What do you think the pattern's going to be there? Well, let's do an example. Let's do 1 times 3. What's 1 times 3 equal? 3, right? And we know 3 is odd. All right, we always want to try 2. Let's do 5 times 7. What's 5 times 7 equal? 35. We're looking in the ones. Is 5 even or odd? It's odd. So odd times odd equals odd. So these are our patterns we want to remember, okay, guys? All right, we are going to put that close by, and we are going to get our Volume 1 math book and turn to page 135. 135. We're going to do 1 and 2 together, and then I'm going to send you off. This should be pretty easy for you. Go ahead and read number 1 while I read it out loud. If you multiply 2 even numbers, will the product be even or odd? Well, we just did that. If you look at the notes, an even times an even number always equals what? Even. It will always be even. Okay? It says explain with an example. If you want to write a multiplication problem with 2 even numbers, go for it. Even times even equals, your answer better be even. All right. Let's go ahead and do 1 more together, and then I'm sending you off on your own. So write or circle to complete the sentence, then solve, okay? So they want to look at 4 times 6, and they're wanting to know if it's even or odd, right? Well, let's look. 4 is what? Let me get a little bit bigger for you. 4 is a what? It's an even number, right? What about 6? 6 is also even. Well, we just learned even times even equals an even, all right? But they want us to dig a little bit deeper. Can 4 be divided by 2? Can you divide 4 by 2? Well, let's see. 4 divided by 2 equals what? Or what times what equals 2? Or sorry, 4. What times what? I just told you the answer. So yes, it can. Can 6 be divided by 2 without having any left over? Yeah. 3 times 2 equals 6. So yes. So then, is 4 times 6 even or odd? Well, we're going to skip down here. We're just going to solve it. What is 4 times 6? It's 24, right? And you're going to remember Mrs. Harp always said, look in the ones place. And 4, you already told me, is even. So 4 times 6 is even. Because even times even equals even, right? All right, so you are going to do the next part. It says circle the factors that can be divided by 2. So here's your factors. You see it? Yep. Here's your factors. Can either of these be divided by 2? Well, you're going to have to see, okay? Then it says, write even or odd to describe the product. So I'm going to give you a little clue. I want you to do this one first. Then I want you to do this one. Then do this one. So how about we'll do it one together, okay? So, can 9 be divided into 2 equal groups? Well, let's see. If I drew 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There would be 1 left over, right? So no, that one can't. What about 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of those are what? These are both odd. And we know an odd times odd equals what? Do you remember? Let's check. Let's skip down to the second part. 9 times 5 equals what? 45. If we look in the ones place, you just told me 5 is odd. So 9 times 5, or 45, is odd. Okay? So you are actually going to do 4 and 5 by yourself. And remember, you want to do 1, 2, then 3. Do it in that order. 1, 2, then 3. Okay? So you're going to do 4 and 5. Then you are going to, on the back, can you see it? You are going to do 6, 7, and 8. And then down at the bottom, you're going to do 12 and 13. Make sure you pay attention to 13 because it says that do not have even products. No discussion post today, okay guys? Make sure mom and dad check that, and I will see you later, even Steven or odd Todd. Which one are you? All right, bye.